Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time for an alliance raid. We're back to another one, and once again, we are doing it on mine difficulty. Oh boy, let's get it unlocked first though. The unquiet trader seems to be scanning the skies in silent desperation. Ah, you have the look of a lass who's seen her fair share of trouble. Mayhap you'd be willing to help me with mine. I need a capable sort to head into the sea of clouds and track down my missing airship. I had to mortgage my soul to get that vessel built, so winning the contract to ferry supplies out the cloud top was a real weight off my mind. But it seems my luck ended there. My ship was due back in Ishgard bells ago, and I've been praying for a glimpse of her sails ever since. I can't help fearing the worst. What if she's run afoul of sky pirates? My creditors will have their pounds of flesh. You think me foolish to fear piracy so far above the waves? Well, let me tell you that no honest merchant is safe now that airship production has, if you'll excuse the pun, taken off. Any scoundrel with a sack of coin and a vague sense of direction can terrorize the skies. Oh yes, this new breed of buccaneers like to paint themselves as dashing explorers braving the unknown, but the truth of their nature is right there in the name. Sky pirates! Given half a chance, they'll strip your ship of every last scrap of cargo and cry "Yah-ha-ha!" as they launch you screaming over the rails. I've heard the stories. Please, you must make haste to Camp Cloudtop. That's where the shipment was bound, and inquire as to the fate of my poor ship. Oh, and my poor helmsman. Ask Rundramon, he'll know, if any man does. Alright then, on to Camp Cloudtop to go find this missing airship. Oh no. Rundramon, please tell me you know where our merchant's missing airship is. A supply airship has gone missing, you say? Well, that would certainly explain why our provisions are so late in arriving. I did in fact spy a vessel charting an erratic course northwards a short while ago, but as it seemed disinclined to make port here, I paid it little mind. Not the most compelling piece of evidence, I grant you, but I have witnessed naught else of interest. I suggest you investigate the landmass to the north. Rest assured, I will send word if I spy any other sign of our errant supply ship. Alright, north you say? Seems like a reasonable place to look. Let's get flying then. We've got... okay, not too far off to go. Let's go up then. Honestly, I thought they were going to have us go all the way up here for some reason, but I may just be misremembering. Also, what is this weather? Umbral wind. Okay, that's fair. And we've got sky pirates. Ha! We'll make some good coin from this haul, and then we'll see if this fool is worth a ransom. Sky pirates indeed. Let's get you out of here. Aid! Aid, I say! These villains mean to plunder my cargo! What have we got here then? Think you're some sort of hero, do you? As a matter of fact, I am. Well then, you won't mind if me mates here join the fun? Make for a more heroical tale, won't it? The tale of how 3 sky pirates fed a meddling little shite her own bloody eyes. What the? Oh gods, I know that ship! It's... So you're the scrags would have been dragging our good name through the mud. You're Red Bill Leofard! We ain't done naught to you or yours. What do you want with us? I think I made my position perfectly clear. You take on the mantle of Sky Pirate, you agree to a certain code of conduct. And codes ain't worth much if folk go around breaking them. Frankly, lads, you're making us look bad and we can't have that. No hard feelings though, eh? Oh, thank you, Mr. Leofard. Thank you. I'm certain my master will wish to repay you. If your employer does business in Ishgard, he likely knows a merchant or two what trades with me associates. Tell him to say it's for Leofard, and any reward should reach me soon enough. As for you, adventurer, 'tain't often someone beats me to the scene, but then I'd expect not less from a hero such as yourself, Satora. That is who you are, ain't it? I don't know too many other lasses with one of them marvelous monocutters the Ironworks dreamed up. Well then, it seems you've saved me the trouble of tracking you down. I've been hoping to have a word with you, you see. I'll put it to you straight. I need someone to help out with a little venture I have in mind. Someone used to taking a few risks. Now this wouldn't be no black-hearted brigand's work, so don't go worrying yourself on that account. Unlike them thieving curs just now, I don't hold with robbing honest folk. For me, you see, the Skyward Pirate's life is all about freedom. The freedom to go where you will, to find out what lies beyond the next cloud. If you're interested in joining us on an adventure worthy of the name, then look for me standing in the northern reaches of the Blue Window. Someone will be waiting there to greet you. Dang it! He's smooth, he's cool, he's confident but not cocky, he's kinda hot. God damn it. Alright, Leofard, let's go meet up. You've got a job for us, eh? And you know us. I suppose that's not too surprising given everything we've done in Ishgard in recent days, but... Alright, northwards all the way to the north end of the map. This is why I got confused earlier. I thought we were gonna go directly here. Alright, you said just look for your standard, was it? Oh, we want to go on the upper island. Got it. Hello, Stacia. That's far enough, stranger. If you value your life, tell me true. Did you stumble across this marker by chance, or are you here by invitation? I'm here by invitation. Leofard invited me. Then that would make you the hero the captain said to watch out for. Well met. The name's Stacia. Leofard would call me his right-hand woman, but I feel more like his bloody nursemaid, God's truth be told. Anyway, my thanks to you for coming to hear him out. If you'd follow me, I'll take you to the Red Bill's nest. I come to you in person, and still you refuse my offer. Arrogant fool. On the subject of arrogance, Rodlia, I bow to your superior knowledge. But that's all the bowing you'll get from me. As I've told you a dozen times before, I ain't no one's lackey. But my dear Leofard, how else do you propose to survive an expedition into the ghost ship? I would fear for my life with not but your feeble crewmates at my back. Well, I'd fear for my life with your mangy crew at my back on account of them being murderous, untrustworthy bastards to a man. I thought you cleverer than this, Red Bill. But no matter, I always get what I want in the end. This is merely a question of method. Now there's a face I've not seen before. You don't have the look of one of Leofard's little birds. She's a guest. You understand the concept, don't you? You know, when someone is invited instead of just bursting through the door whenever she damn well pleases. That was Rodlia, captain of the Talons. She knows Leofard's the best sky pirate alive, and the fact that he won't join her sticks in her craw. Are you gonna let him talk to you like that, Captain? We should teach some Redbills some respect. Patience. When all of this is over, we shall see who rules the skies. Ho there, hero! I promise you high adventure, and high adventure you shall have. For we plan to board the Sea of Clouds' very own ghost ship. A ghost ship which you can occasionally see in the background, a skybox of the environment of the Sea of Clouds. I was never able to find it myself, though, unfortunately. I believe it stops appearing once you start these quests, but I was never able to get it to show up, unfortunately. Or what folk have taken to Cuchulainn one anyway. Every day for the past few weeks has brought with it a new sighting of the self-same vessel. A massive airship of queer design adrift on the wind. Being a curious lot, there were a few buccaneers who tried exploring below decks, but not one of them has been seen since. And so, naturally, they're saying the ship is cursed. Well, haunted. Like I said, an honest-to-God's ghost ship. My guess is she's another relic left behind by the Alligans, but we won't know for sure till we've had ourselves a good poke around inside. And liberated whatever ancient treasures she's got moldering away in her hold, of course. But before we start dividing up the spoils, we've got to find the damn thing. Which is why we've been working on a special new device. Bah, finding her will be the easy part. What we can't do without is a veteran explorer who ain't afraid to fling herself face first into the jaws of danger. Now I know you're a gallant champion of the people and all, but strip away the fame and glory and I'll wager you're still an adventurer at heart. So what say you, Satora? Fancy a plunge into the unknown at the side of the Red Bills? Sounds fun! Then it's settled. Let's pay a visit to our crewmate Utata. She's been working on a way to track the vessel. If you've noticed me in episodes where we are in the Sea of Clouds, aiming the camera at weird parts of the skybox, that was me looking for the ghost ship. I always get this little thrill in my chest when I'm about to embark on a new adventure, and once you've felt your heart dance like that, there's naught you wouldn't do to feel it again. This here's Utata, the lass I was telling you about. She's our engineer and a damn good one at that. Might be as there are better engineers in the realm, but I'd wager none are as inventive as our Utata. She earns her keep with her brains, not her brawn, and we're a stronger crew for it. Hell yeah! Respect a crew that can respect all strengths. Greetings, the name's Utata. I suppose you'd call me the Red Bill's Chief of Engineering. Smithing, carpentry, magitech, if it's part of an airship, I can fix it. Just don't expect me to see me whipping a cutlass and swinging over the rails. If there's fighting to be done, well, that's what we have you for. That's fair. Utata seems eager to share her findings on the ghost ship. Well met, ladies and gentle pirates. Now that we appear to have our hero, I'm happy to report that we've overcome the last obstacle to boarding the ghost ship. Meaning your project is proceeding as planned? That it is, Captain! I knew this would be the perfect place to take readings. The scant amounts of background ether make it easy to follow the derelict's trail. The ghost ship has what Utata tells us is a unique etheric signature. She's been building a device that can sniff out this particular spectral flavor and point us in the right direction. I call it the Ecto Compass. It's allowed me to collect some solid data on the vessel's movements and plot a reliable intercept course. No groping blindly through the clouds for us. All the ships are loaded and ready to fly. Just say the word, Captain. Utata, you'd best stay here, out of harm's way. Keep an eye on them ether trails, eh? Aye, Captain. Grab an armload of treasure for me. Now, we've got no way of knowing what's waiting for us on that cursed hulk, Satora, so you'd best bring along a few mates what you know you can trust. Don't hurt to be too careful, seeing as how you'll be going in first and all. I did tell you you'd be going in first, didn't I? Well, you will. The rest of us will be guarding the rear, just in case Rodlia and her brood decide to stick their beaks in where they wanted. Don't worry, she'll not get past us, so you can concentrate on carving a path into the ship's belly. An honest-to-God's ghost ship. Oh, this is going to be an adventure and a half. Can't be too careful indeed, which is why we are bringing 24 friends into the Void Ark. We're probably gonna... No. We're not gonna hop in yet, but we're probably gonna head back to... Oh, we're in the Sea of Clouds. Perfect. They brought us back here at some point. Alright, we will meet up with our friends here once I've gathered them to take on the Void Ark. As usual, as with the Crystal Tower raids, it filled up very, very slowly at first, and then very, very quickly right at the end. We got our 24 people. Double checking I have everything working, because I don't want to fuck this up. Get that ready check going. Minimum item level, no echo. Double check because I am anxious. Minimum item level, no echo. If it goes wrong, you all saw it. You saw it was correct. And before we get started fully, just double checking one more time, minimum item level, no echo. Okay. Apologies, I've just had too many experiences in the past. I have notes up from Console Games Wiki on my other screen. I'm going to be trying to read them out as we fight. But, well... only got so many eyeballs to spare. Alright, it looks like we are clustering the ads together, which is probably fair. Probably a little risky on mine, but... no, it's already off to a... really, really easy start. But these are only the first couple of enemies. These aren't the bosses, so they are trash packs. I will emphasize again that doing these Alliance raids mine, doing it in these recordings is the first time I've ever done them. Labyrinth of the Ancients took... Labyrinth of the Ancients took 2 instances, because we had struggles with the whole thing, but including Behemoth where we timed out. But yeah, other than that, these are all first time runs of these Alliance raids on mine. So we get to all discover what it's like together. And yeah, I believe I probably have the Alliance chat censored. Just so I'm not, you know, violating people's privacy with their discussions. Though their discussions are just raid related, so it might be fine to include it. It feels wrong to do so. Alright, we're just hopping right in. Ready, check. Got ignored, I guess. Cetus. Oh shit. Electric swipe, a narrow cone from the rear that deals moderate damage and a weak electrocution damage over time debuff for 25 seconds. Body slam is a circle AoE targeted below a random player. Cetus leaps and slams onto the ground, onto the area indicated. Immersion is an unavoidable party-wide raid-wide damage combined with watery orbs that appear over several random players. After a few seconds, these orbs will drop on the floor, dealing moderate damage and leaving small water puddles that inflict dropsy. I should have saved that for my drill, but whatever. Oh shit. Next up, Symbiosis summons. This should be coming up soon. We'll summon 3 adds and become untargetable. When all the adds are dead, we can fight the boss again, and it will use Body Slam. I should probably not be standing there. Here we go, adds are coming in. A few other... Oh, we're over here, fair enough. A few other mechanics that will come up. While the ads are alive, Hydro Bomb will happen to mark a random player with a green crosshair. Chase him down. Ah, there it was over Lydia. And drop. What was it? Puddles? Circle AoEs behind itself as it travels. The Hydro Bombs will deal minor damage and knock back from the point of impact. When the ads go down, it uses the Electric Whirl, a ring AoE that leaves only the hitbox safe. Also inflicts electrocution. Expulsion is a circle AoE centered on Cetus. Moderate damage, strong knockback, and inflicts Windburn. We are currently at Hydrocore, which is the last mechanic. Cetus stuns the entire alliance and becomes untargetable, then pulls one party into the center while pushing the other 2 to the edge. A barrier forms. We need to destroy the Hydrocore inside the barrier and the Hydrospheres outside the... Ow, crap. I'm about to be in pain. Oh, the Hydrospheres grant a stack of Vuln down to the Hydrocore while they're alive. While the Hydrocore is alive, it will periodically cast water on its primary target. Once the Hydrocore is destroyed, we'll be able to attack the boss again, and the barrier goes down. I'm surprised I was able to get through all that information while also dealing with the fight. I'm not playing at my best, but that was to be expected. Coming up, we have... looks like there's going to be 3 buttons. Looks like there's going to be 3 buttons and ads paired with the buttons. We want to prioritize the pagan knots. Is that for this? Yeah, it is. We want to prioritize the pagan's knots and clear the other ads as we can. If the knots take too long to die, they'll put poison in the air. We can clear this by standing on the buttons. Yeah, there's the poison from leaving them up too long. We got someone on one of the buttons. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, so if all the buttons are being stood on, it clears the air out of the room, and that's what clears the... Got it. Okay, I think I'm getting the picture. Pagan's knots are the priority since they're what creates the poison. Yeah, it looks like that's basically, if they're static in the air, don't stand on the buttons or we die. Ow. Okay, I'm getting the picture here. So yeah, the pagan's knots put poison in the air. We clear that by having our people stand on all three buttons. If all three buttons are activated, the air will be cleared out. Oops, that's not what I meant. And we're going again. Okay. Yeah, somebody pulled early, it looks like. Alright, everyone get to their spots, and then we can begin working on this. Okay, there we go. The static is cleared. We can stand on the buttons. And we're good. Okay. We're not gonna die of poison. Looks like C has poison coming up, so that's fun. Okay, okay. Nope, nope, don't stand on the button. Okay. Okay, we made it. Okay, so it looks like Yeah, it's just kill all the ads and we can proceed. Pagan's Knots give a massive poison debuff, which we need to watch out for. Buttons can let us clear the air, but if they are charged with electricity, then they will zap us to death. Awesome. Not too bad, just does require a bit more coordination than people are used to for this alliance raid, since normally you can just push right through it. Okay, Irminsul and Sawtooth. They are tethered to each other. If the difference in HP between them becomes too large, they will... Yeah, they will share HP. If one of them takes too much damage, they will receive HP from the other one. One is resistant to ranged attacks, the other is resistant to magic attacks. Sawtooth will do White Breath, which is a front-wide cone. Mucus Bomb will target 3 random players with large green-yellow circle AoEs. I need to pay attention to what buff they end up with, so I know which one I'm attacking, because I am ranged. One of them is going to be immune to me. So far, it's fine. 3 enemies approach. We've got ads to worry about. No resistance yet, I'm surprised by. Oh shit, get out of that. You know what? I'm not going to worry about reading off the mechanics. It's too distracting. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, resistance to magic, so I want to fight Irminsul. And then help with ads if needed. Okay, let's go help with the Keds real quick. Oh, nope, it's dead. It's fine. We're calling that a squirrel? Sure, I guess. Honestly, thankfully, most of the mechanics are fairly self-explanatory. I should only need to focus on explaining the mechanics that are unique or particularly strange. Okay, Irminsul is starting to become invulnerable to all damage. And Sawtooth is charging up a Shockwave Stomp. We want to get behind the tree. There we go. If you weren't behind the tree, you exploded. Basically using the tree as a shield. Oh, get out of that, get out of that. Okay, get away. And I've got big circle AoE on me. Oh, okay. When that circle drops, it puts tethers between the players who got hit by it. And if you're tethered to someone, you can't move. So somebody needs to run through the tether to break it. It's basically, you can think of it as like being a spider web. Stop that. No Pulse of the Void for you. How dare you. Charge up a little more. I'll use Drill, and then I will use my Burst. Okay, Irminsul's almost down. Okay, now the resistance should drop off a Sawtooth, and we can go help finish that off. Not bad. Okay, next up we are moving on to, and I did research how to pronounce these names. And I hope my research was correct. We're going to be fighting Cuchulainn next. Oh, right, this one's got a few things going on. Well, hello, familiar face. Okay, anything in particular? Oh, Cuchulainn is after this. This is a intermediate fight. Oh, shit. OBS is shitting bricks again. I had a feeling about it. Well, let's hope it calms down. Oh, did somebody move in too soon? Shoot. It's fine. Okay, we'll get to Cuchulainn after this. I thought Cuchulainn was immediately after, but no, we've got ads first. This intermediate fight. We have 3 sets of ads we need to deal with. One for each alliance. We do want to try and stick with our alliance. Or it can get a little bit messy. But it doesn't hurt to help out the other alliances if we have the time and space to do so. Yep, okay, that's a problem. Yeah, OBS is shitting bricks. I thought I had this fixed. I spent so much time and effort trying to get this fixed. Here, let me reset recording real quick. There'll be a brief blip. Okay, back. I am back. Hopefully it's fixed. I took just a moment to let the computer calm down. I've got a feeling that it's gonna have issues again soon. Let's hope it holds off until we're done. Now we're gonna be fighting Cuchulainn. Giant, horrifying, marble-like creature. You know, there's almost no point in hiding the chat at this point, is there, with the chat bubbles? Okay, that works. I wish they would stop early polling, but whatever. It's fine. Alright, so it is a Marlboro. It's a Marlboro. It fights as a Marlboro does. It spits out poisonous breath. You don't want to be standing in that. It will kill you. It will give you a very bad day. There's other stuff that's happening in this fight. Watch out for the flailing tentacles. That's going to be line AoEs in the directions of the tentacles. Oh, awesome. Yeah, no, just a brief restart of the recording and everything's fine now. I think it's so funny that when I record off of my desktop, so the recording and the gameplay are on the same system, everything's fine, but when I record off my PS5, that's when it has issues, whatever. Alright, we've got Gyre Towers. I assume we want to destroy these ASAP. We also want to start getting on these elevated platforms because the floor is going to start turning into poison soon. Okay, so far it's going really smoothly. The floor has not turned into poison like I expected. You're dropping puddles on the ground, which is not great. You've got more line AoEs, with your tentacles flailing about. Ah, here we go. Alright, we've got... Oh, we probably want to get out of that. We got foobars appearing. Oh no, I'm in pain. Where is the tank for this side? This should probably be Alliance C, I would imagine. No, that'd be Alliance... Don't think we did not organize this very well for figuring out who goes where. It's fine. Presumably most of us have just never touched mine on this, so... The strategies are long forgotten by the community. But I think it's generally A left, B middle, C right, so it probably should be B down here. And I'm in B. Ow! Okay. We want to keep destroying those foobars. Eventually, oh god, here we go again. Gonna start turning the floor into poison like that, and standing on the elevated platform will keep you protected. Oh crap, get off of that. Oh crap, the poison. Okay, at this point I think we've seen just about everything. Yay, level up! Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and return to the starting point. And we have Echidna. The last boss of the Void Ark. Honestly, made it through with pretty dang good time. Alright, Echidna... Echidna's got a few interesting things going on. Nothing too complicated, but a few interesting things, mainly in ads phase. Alright, looks like we are ready. Oh, fair enough. Thank you, Chiluke. Alright, let's stand off to the sides so we're not getting hit by any cleaves, though. No, it's facing north. It should be fine. Some bosses have back cleaves, but it's not common. now. What's going on with Sickle Strike? Is that just a tank buster? Alright, we've got a stack. Everyone get in the stack. Okay, Abyssal Reaper is a circular cleave with knockback. So just want to get far enough away from it. Got it. And yeah, Sickle Strike is just a standard tank buster. Petrifaction, we've got a petrification. I was looking away. Rude. Alright, partway through the fight, Echidna is going to split into 3 parts. Each part is going to pick one tank to fight, and your alliance goes to the one that picked your tank. Now we kill our ad, and we should be good to return to fighting Echidna herself. We have Sinister, we have Echidna, and then we probably have Dexter for the other one then. Yep, Dexter for the other one. Just looked in the aggro list. Alright, let's go help kill Dexter. Not a fan of how many Vuln stacks I managed to pick up, but oh well. Oh goody, and we have ads. We should probably... Yeah, I'm gonna help with the ads. Tanks can manage the boss while we deal with the ads. Not a big deal. Oh, petrifaction, look away. Be thorough about looking away. Don't try to sneak in an extra attack. Don't get greedy. And splitting into ads once again. Get to our group spot. Oh, shit! Never mind. Not splitting into ads. Splitting into death. Now you're splitting into ads. Terrible time for me to initiate my burst, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, and we definitely also... Okay, yeah, they tether if they're too close, so we want to make sure the 3 parts of Echidna are pulled well away from each other. Looks like Echidna side's already done. Good work to them, and we're good. Okay. And we've got this. Alright, that went cleanly and smoothly. I am very happy about that. The wind-up Echidna dropped. Here's hoping I get it. Alright, I'd say that went pretty well. Pretty well indeed. We cleared that in just 32 minutes. It was not nearly as big of a struggle as Labyrinth of the Ancients, which I do find a very lovely relief. Let's get out of here. Bugger me, I expected danger, but not a hellspawn bleeding nightmare made flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates though, did it? That's some crew you've got there, no mistake. Right then, let's have a look at that. Look inside that great, dirty gray coffer type thing. Someone tells me it's filled to the rim with booty. Don't look at me! I never moved a muscle! What in the seven hells is that bastard doing? This way! Swiftly now! Can anyone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hell, this adventure's getting queer by the minute. Still, I'd rather take my chances with a Pratt and Puss and stay here. Get your things, mateys, we're leaving. But what about the loot? You can't spend it when you're dead. Either we follow the furball or make friends with a spell-slinging Voidborn. Your choice. God damn it! How's an honest sky pirate meant to make a living? The ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? The Void Center is attempting to initiate a dimensional displacement, but the gate, it cannot possibly be large enough for the entire ship. Queen's coffin! He takes it beyond our reach! Well, there don't seem much point hanging around here. Let's get back to solid ground. Alright, well. Rather unfortunate. Diabolos is back. If you don't remember him, go watch some of the optional dungeons involving Amdapor back in A Realm Reborn. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm really pissed at OBS right now. Thankfully, it didn't drop too much this time. It dropped a quarter second, but I almost had this fixed. It seemed to be fixed. I thought I had it technical issues. Alright, I'll be back shortly and we will wrap up this quest. The really frustrating thing is that the damn frame drops were a relatively new issue. I had them fixed for a long time and it started being a problem again. I'm very annoyed. I've made more adjustments. Hopefully it fixes it. We'll find out. Thank you for helping us get out of there, curious cat. What do you know about Diabolos and this Queen's Coffer? Or Queen's Coffin, rather. Long has it been since my paws have trodden aught but those cursed decks. Would that I have made landfall under better circumstances. So you were trapped there. What kind of cat is that anyway? And what was it doing on that ship? I suppose we'll find out. Ugh, me poor heart. 'Tis a pity about the loot and no mistake, but at least we made it out in one piece. As the captain's so fond of saying, you can't spend it when you're dead. I mean, he's right. It was a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are, and all with our bits still attached. This calls for a foaming flagon of... Hold on, ain't we missing someone? Did I tell Utata to wait for us here? Never fear, we've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leofard, I am not easily moved, but the sheer power on display set me all a-quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire it from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you and me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of one with the will to use it. Come lads, our business here is concluded. I'm sorry, Captain. They caught me off guard. You get a bang on the head or something? The man I know would never give in to scum like her without a fight, unless... What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link pearl into its casing. Like, haha. So long as Radlia keeps it close, and you can be damn sure she will, we'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take her to notice me little gift? That's very clever and all, but how are you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on that derelict and its great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I expect it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get into any of that, though, I've got some questions we need answering. You wish to know more of the Void Ark, the ghost ship as you call it? The Void Ark, so that's its proper name. Aye, I'd like to hear whatever you'd care to tell us, Puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you address me by my proper name, Ketchi. I will not respond to Puss or Cat, and most decidedly not Furball or Kate Sith. Stop saying Kate Sith. Why do people please put any effort in to pronouncing it correctly? It's Ketchi. And if I get that wrong, that'll be incredibly funny, and I will deserve the lambasting I get for it. But I did do my research, and I'm pretty sure I have it right. And if I got it wrong, then oops, oh well. At least I'm putting in an effort. At least I did some research. My tale belongs long, long ago in the city of Mhach, which once stood in the lands of Yapham. The sorcerers of Mhach were masters of destructive magics, and they brought that terrible power to bear against Amdapor and Nim in the War of the Magi. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea. A catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage... oh god, I forgot to research this one! Cecer! I got that one wrong. I'll just accept I forgot to research that one. Was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Colossal flood? Are you talking about the Sixth Umbral Calamity? I suppose you would know it as such. Now where was I? Ah yes, when they learned of the fate that awaited them, the Mhachi Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Cecer. Prior to that, of course, oh, you know what? It's probably Kesher. I'm gonna go with Kesher. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm hoping I'm right, but I'm probably not. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary? Then how did it come to be so... what happened to all the people? And where did all the Void Sen come from? By what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants sealed within the vessel. Advances in Mhachi sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power. And the swiftest and most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So the creatures on the derelict, they broke free from your master's control? That's not the voice I gave Utata. At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed the great ruler of the void-sent, Skaha, the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mhach's preeminent sorcerer, Cheshire was deemed best qualified. Were it otherwise, my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet even with Cheshire's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser voidsent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. In the end, Cheshire and the 53 Void Mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I'm remembering me Umbral eras right, the stuff you just described happened more than 1500 years past, which is a good while by anyone's measure. And since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat till just recently, I'm thinking something unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day, a voidsent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away, but the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually I could not contend with its power, and it began shattering seal after seal. That would be Diabolos then. You have faced this bat-winged fiend before. It would seem then that the creature survived the encounter, and that he intends to celebrate his restoration by liberating his queen. Well, that explains that then, except for one small detail, namely, where the queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the great rift that the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The void sent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, that is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the queen's coffin ere the wards binding Skaha are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure, and who knows what ancient Vaki treasures we might have stumbled on along the way. Gods know they'll be make a nice change from all the elegant tombstones we've been collecting. Can I have those? I find them very useful. I need a lot for the relics. I will help you, but I'm not risking me hide for the sake of the realm, you understand. But I'll be damned if it let either Rodlia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You care only for how you might be inconvenienced? If the Shadow Queen were to return, it would have dire consequences for this entire star. I mean, it's a motivation that's getting him to help. I don't think we need much more than that, to be honest. Count your blessings, Furbo. I said we'd help, didn't I? Before we go rushing off in search of that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroical employment, Sotora. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. Time is nigh, my dear Talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. I will give her that she is probably quite dangerous, but she's also so many steps behind us. We do need to make sure she doesn't get the Void Ark, but I also don't know if that's really a risk. I don't know if she'd be able to even begin to control it, from what we've learned. So we'll just have to hope that she doesn't get control of it and doesn't figure out where we're going next. But for now, that is the end of the Shadows of Vok raid series for the time being. We will return in patch 3.3. I made some adjustments to the recording settings. It looks good so far, but that was hardly a stress test, so we'll find out. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, what are we doing? Let me pull up my notes. We're checking in with the Gundu once more. I will see everyone next time for that.